Evening, welcome. It's Owen Bradley with former Derby captain Sean Barker alongside, here to bring you some reaction to Derby County's draw at Preston this afternoon. The Rams picking up a point as they resume after the international break. The home side went in front through Sam Greenwood's header, but the lead midway through the first half lasted just 6 minutes. Jerry Yates responding with a header of his own, his third goal in as many matches. What a shame he won't be available for Derby against Swansea on Wednesday night. No further goals for either side, chances few and far between at the points shared at Deepdale. It's a result that actually sees Derby rise a place in the Championship table ahead of the fixtures that still remain this weekend. And it means that 5 of Derby's last 7 games have been 1-1 draws, which is a bit of an odd stat, really, Sean Barker. What did you make of today?
A kind of low quality from both sides in terms of the in-possession stuff. Both really struggled to create chances from open play. So it was very much down to set pieces, corners, deliveries into the box. Sometimes games like that can happen in any league. It can be not particularly pretty. The weather obviously didn't help the situation. But I think for Paul, coming away from Deepdale with a result, especially after going behind, the reaction to get back into the game at 1-1 after 5 or 6 minutes, and then actually we were on the ascendancy for maybe 5-10 minutes after that. So in an all-round kind of overview of the game, hard fought, good work rate, everyone put a shift in, both teams lacked quality, and I think a draw was a fair result. A
lot of draws around in the Championship today, I should say. You look at Derby's run now, of the last 7 games, 1 win, 1 defeat in that, 3 unbeaten. You can splice it whichever way. Preston, on the other hand, 6 now without a win. Who's the happier manager with the point today?
Paul will be the happier manager. I think with Preston, I think it was a game that they looked to try and get all 3 points. They're in more need of a victory, especially at home, where the fans that you could hear in the crowd, they were getting a little frustrated when they weren't going forward quickly, when they weren't creating anything. So from our perspective, you go away from home, and if you're not at your best, if you're not firing on all cylinders, if you're not creating too many chances, you come away with something, and that's exactly what we've done this afternoon. So from my perspective, I think Warne will be much happier coming away from there with a point. I think it could have been better. I think we could have played a little bit better. I think the in-possession stuff, especially in the attacking third, could have been much better. We've seen that happen. But even though it wasn't, you still come away with a point. I think it's a happier Paul Warne coming away.
Well, let's hear from the man who we think is the happier of the 2 managers. Here is Paul Warne.
Really pleased. I felt, as always, you always want more. I don't feel like it's 2 points dropped, but it was a good opportunity. I just thought maybe it's the conditions, but in the crucial moments, the final pass, the final cross, we probably weren't as sharp as you need to be to win, obviously. So, but I thought we were really good. I thought we were in the second half, and I always try and say it as I see it, but I thought second half we were the team that looked like they were going to win it. I made attacking subs. I did everything we could to, obviously we came and played 2 up top, and thought Nat might cause them a different problem. Then I thought maybe if I went Nat and Corey up top, that might cause them all sorts of problems. But then I thought Colo gives us a physical presence up there, and I just fancy Colo to score, but not to be. But we did everything we could to try and win. We came here to try and win, and I just said to the lads in there, it's a really good Championship squad, that. It is, obviously. I've had players who chose here over us, so I definitely know it's a good squad. So, and I thought, the crowd turned a little bit because we frustrated them with the way we pressed, let their middle centre half have it, and they sort of ran out of ideas. So, credit to the coaches who do a lot of work with them. And I thought we looked pretty sound, but unfortunately today wasn't a day that we did enough to win it.
You went behind midway through the first half, but you hit back pretty quickly. Was that important in the grand scheme of things, that you got back on level terms with your first opportunity as the heavens open?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I thought you were going to say, did we work on that? Yeah, we definitely work on going a goal down and then get the fans on their feet and then get a goal back. And hence why you probably saw me have a few hissies on the side of the pitch, because the ref kept playing advantage when we got fouled. I don't want an advantage away from home unless we're clean through. I'll take the free kick. We're a good team on set pieces, and away from home isn't about, I know we bring a lot of fans, by the way, but it's not about pleasing all the other fans. It's about us trying to win a game of football. So it's a bit frustrating, but it felt like it was going to be one of them days down to set pieces. And I think if you look throughout the league, probably the weather has affected a lot of the games. All of them seem like draws I've seen. I know Middlesbrough won, but generally speaking, so like, away from home, back-to-back home games, like if we could pull 6 points out of the bag, then it's been an amazing week, and that's what we're trying to do. I said to the lads in the hotel this morning, we've come here to win, we haven't come here to hang on, we haven't come to sit behind the ball. I thought everyone played a really good part in it today, and then obviously I've got fresh legs if I choose to change it for Wednesday.
Your goal scorer was Jerry Yates. He's in a real rich vein of form at the moment.
Yeah, which makes it even more exciting that he can't play midweek, so that's great news. Yeah, but it was like, obviously it's a free kick that we work on, and it all counts on the delivery. And yeah, so I'm really pleased for Jerry, even more so to score at that end. I haven't even asked yet, but I hope it's the case that Cash turned them around. I love turning home teams around. It messes with their mojo. Although I'd rather, weirdly, if the Derby fans on the side, it don't make any difference, does it? But when they're behind the goal, I thought, oh wow. So anyone who made the effort today, including my son and his 3 mates, it seemed to take them about 5 hours to get here. Thank you for coming and getting wet with us. I mean, that's the joy of English football. But yeah, really pleased with the lads' attitude. They took on the information really well. And like, this is a good championship squad, I know that, and I thought we competed really well.
Away from home now, I think it's 1 defeat in 5, and you're getting in a routine of picking up points away from home. How pleased are you with that?
We're getting into a habit of picking up a point.
Better than none.
Yeah, I agree. And in fairness, you don't want to give them 3. Pleased. Well, I'm just generally pleased. They're a great group. I love the group. I really enjoy spending time with them. They all pulling in the same direction, and that takes a lot. You've got to sign good people, and I'm not saying we're overachieving, but I feel like we've got more in our tank. The future's rosy, so to speak.
And then 2 home games, as you mentioned earlier, at Pride Park this week. Another big effort, and hopefully get some more points on the board.
Yeah, and like you see today, I thought in moments like it was difficult for us to create out-and-out chances, although that one that fell to Marcus, I would literally have put my little house on it, because if anyone can control and hit the target, it's him. So yeah, good back-to-back games. It feels like the last 6 games, it feels like we've had nearly all of them away. That's what it feels like. So it'd be nice to get home and get the fans behind us. But like I said, I think you can see today, like, the lads give everything, and you need a lot to go your way to win at this level, home or away. So hopefully we don't concede a deflected free kick, and the football gods on our side, and they should be, because my gents are angels.
That's Derby boss Paul Warne. More reaction to come from Deepdale. Not the most eventful game, Sean Barker, has to be said. Jerry Yates on target, but only after Preston had taken the lead. I mean, they didn't create a great deal either, but header well taken by Sam Greenwood.
It was. From a defender's perspective, it's far too easy for him to get the header. There was 2 or 3 players within 4 or 5 yards of him, and nobody went tight to be aggressive to win that ball, and it was a well taken goal. He left his body open and guided it into that far post, and left Zetterstrom with no chance of getting there. So it was a good finish. Far too easy for him to get the header in the box, but the reaction was probably the most positive thing I thought from that first half, because as soon as they went behind, you thought that Preston, when the ascendancy, they fancied it a little bit more for the next minute or 2, and then Derby reacted, got their goal. Jerry Yates got his 3rd in 3 games, and then Derby were the better side. So sometimes, you don't give too many chances away. Preston take probably their only chance at that point, and then Derby do exactly the same just a few moments later.
And there was a lot for Yates to do with the header, a clever finish from him.
It was. I thought both teams, more so Preston, kind of struggled with that first ball in the first half, and obviously Derby conceded by not dealing with a cross, and as Paul mentioned there, he wanted free kicks. When you're that good at set pieces and create as many chances and work on it so often in training, you want the referee to give you the free kicks. And it was just simple from Osborne dropping it into an area. Cash won the first ball, and it was Yates who was unmarked, who gambled, expecting his centre-half to win that challenge. He does, and it was a clever little header down into the bottom corner. Took it well, and the form he's in, you'd expect him to do that.
Derby get the point. Do you think there'll be a bit of Paul Warne that is frustrated that they didn't go on and win the game? Because it's another game, and we've said it think every game, maybe with the exception of Blackburn opening night, that Derby have been in every game this season.
They have. In reality, I just don't think they had the quality in that final third. I don't think they created enough chances. Very few in the second half. I think it was only Marcus Harness that had a clear-cut chance on the edge of the box with just a few moments remaining. But saying that, Preston didn't deserve the win either. They didn't create enough, especially being the home side. So I don't think he'll be... I think it's an opportunity, because if they were 10-15% better, they probably could have come away with all 3 points. But that wasn't the game. It wasn't the afternoon. It was a scrappy affair at times. There was a lack of quality with the ball. And I said in commentary that sometimes games are like that. So what you've got to do is you've got to compete, you've got to work hard, you've got to chase, you've got to win your duels. And when that happens, you hope that you get something from the game. And they got a point. I think, again, Paul will be happier than those at Preston, because we were the away team and we were the side that probably would have been happy with it at the start of the game.
And let's get some more reaction from Deepdale. We can hear from Derby's goalkeeper, Jakob Videl Zetterstrom.
This one, it's okay. Yeah, it was obviously a difficult one. I mean, always is away from home, especially like in conditions like this. But and I mean, we always go in with the mentality of winning a game. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And even though I think we're all a bit disappointed that we didn't, I think you have to see the flip side of it. And we didn't lose. We got an important point away from home. And yeah, the lads showed incredible effort out there on the pitch.
We are starting to pick up points away from home on the road now, which wasn't the case at the start of the season, so that's a real positive, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's a long season and plenty of away games, and you have to take points away from home as well, not just at home.
Boys showed good character as well to come from behind. Jerry Yates, how important has he been, not just in recent weeks but all season?
So important. I mean, it's just not about the goals. It's like this constant running, whether we have the ball or they do. I mean, just puts in the effort that you need up top. Battles for like duels and second balls and all that. So, yeah, he's been absolutely great this entire season, and these last few games he's scored some very important goals as well.
Back at home on Wednesday. You know Pride Park now, but it's Pride Park under the floodlights, which is a little bit different. How much are you looking forward to that?
Very much. It's going to be a massive game, and it's nice to play at home midweek for the first time. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Jakob Videl Zetterstrom there. 6 draws in the 10 championship games that have taken place so far this weekend. Plymouth getting a late equaliser against Watford last night. Coventry getting one to deny Sheffield United a victory in one of the lunchtime games today. The big winners of the weekend so far, really, Burnley away at Bristol City picking up a victory. Luton with a crucial win over Hull, and Middlesbrough hitting 6 against Oxford. First time they've hit 6 on the road for about 80 or so years, I think. Table then, neither Sunderland nor Sheffield United really able to take advantage of the others' slip up. Burnley closed the gap. Leeds United can do the same when they face Swansea tomorrow. Derby climbing a place after their draw today. That might change depending what Swansea do tomorrow afternoon. The bottom 3 now: Hull, Portsmouth and Queen's Park Rangers. Portsmouth didn't play today. Their game at Blackburn was postponed. Now that's all from us for now. If you want more reaction to today's game, it'll be on the website, dcfc.co.uk. That's where you'll find all the build-up to Wednesday's game as well. And we'll be back for that one at Pride Park. From me, Barks, and the team, goodbye for now.